My name's Ari Friedlaender. I'm a professor in the Ocean Sciences Department at UC Santa Cruz, and I'm the Director of Research for the California Ocean Alliance. Professionally, I'm a marine ecologist, so I'm interested in how animals in the ocean interact with their environment. More specifically, my research focuses on studying marine mammals and how things like environmental change from climate change or human disturbances like noise in the ocean or pollution affects how these animals survive, how they behave, and the things that are most important to them. In order to understand how animals like marine mammals interact with their environment, we need to develop tools and sensors that tell us continuously how the animals behave when we can't see them, which is most of their lives. So our lab helps to develop these biologging tools or tags that we put on whales that demonstrate what the animal is doing underwater. How many times does it feed? What's its orientation like? What kind of vocalizations are the animals making? If we do that in concert with sampling the water column for things like prey, ocean temperature, all sorts of things, even sound, we can get a better idea about how the environment around the animal affects the behavior that the animal does. Taking that one step further, we also can collect samples of skin and blubber from these animals that tell us about, if it's a female, for example, whether or not the animal's pregnant. We can look at stress hormones. We can look at stable isotopes, which tell us about the diet of these animals. And we can put this all together to better understand how, as conditions change, do animals change their behavior? Are they more or less suited for certain types of conditions? And how do things that we do to the environment exacerbate those? I think it's really important that we answer these questions because we've learned that whales are not just iconic species in their environment, but they're actually part of the ecosystem. They are manufacturers or engineers in their ecosystem. They take in a lot of prey, but they also put back a lot of things into their environment, like iron and other nutrients that are limiting. So having whales in an area and having them feed in an area actually helps to stimulate phytoplankton growth, which then creates a nice feedback circle, which allows more growth for the prey of the whales to be available. So in a sense, the more whales you have, the more food you have, and that circle of life there is what really creates a functioning marine ecosystem. So this past week with Seakeepers, we've utilized the platform we have with Tom Peterson, the Valkyrie, to train a lot of our students in flying UASs or drones over whales. And this is a critical tool for us because if you take an image of an animal at the surface, we can measure its body condition or effectively how healthy it is. If we look at that over different periods of the season or in different years, it helps us understand whether or not we have healthy whales or not, which means whether or not we have a healthy ecosystem. So we're collecting data at the same time that we're training students, and this is critical because we want to be able to compare the results that we get in Monterey Bay with places that are much more distant, like the Antarctic, where we send a lot of scientists. So if we can compare the conditions in two places and how do humpback whales grow in Monterey Bay, a very urban sanctuary that has a lot of human sound, versus the Antarctic, which might not have as much human sound, but might be more affected by climate change. Being able to compare the same species in two different locations using the same tools is really a powerful thing. Studying marine mammals is challenging from a logistics standpoint, from an engineering standpoint, and anything that we can do to augment our opportunities to get out on the water and engage with these animals and do our research is something we need to be able to take advantage of. What Seakeepers has provided for us is this fantastic and unique opportunity to have more access and more time on the water with individuals who care about these animals, who are providing us the platforms so that we can go out and do our work, so that we can go out and train students who are going to be the next generation of stewards for these animals in these ecosystems, and do it in a way that allows us the freedom to do our science without feeling like we're limited by our opportunities.